Hello everyone, this is the Archfiend, and today we're going to talk about some current events. There's a story out there, a true story, about a lady by the name of Latreasa Goodman who went into a McDonald's in Florida. Now, the story goes as this. She went into McDonald's and bought some food. One of the food items that she wished to purchase was a McNuggets meal of some sort. She paid for these items only to get to the counter and find out that the McDonald's was all out of Chicken McNuggets. She then tried to barter with management and just ended up asking for a refund, but McDonald's has a pretty strict no refund policy, so that wasn't happening. Even a member of management came forward and said that to her. This then forced Latreasa, or Latreasa forced herself, to call 911, not once, not twice, but thrice. 3 times she called 911. She ended up getting a summons or some sort of ticket of some sort for abuse of 911. And I have a couple questions here and a couple of issues that I take with this story. For one, when they didn't have the chicken nuggets, they offered Mrs. Goodman, Miss Goodman, I don't know if she's married or not, they offered her to get something else on the menu that costed more. And the point that I'm trying to make here is that management should really be seen as holding most of the fault of this story. And now, hear me out, people, before you start trashing me in the comments. Hear the entire video out, please. I would like to ask you guys, what would you do if, say, this situation were in a different circumstance? Now, granted, yes, I'll tell you that what Mrs. Goodman did was pretty much unnecessary, and it was over something that was just so petty. But, see, that's the thing. We're kind of dismissing this and seeing her as the insane person because it was something very petty. But there's a little thing in life that I like to abide by, and it's called principles. And the principles of buying and purchasing, I think, should correlate across the board. Okay, let me hit you guys with a scenario. Say you went to a car dealership and you wanted a brand new BMW and you saw one in the lot of this place and said, oh, I'm going to come back next weekend and get another blue BMW just like I saw. You go there, you talk to the car dealer, he says, oh, great, yeah, we'll get you set up here. Come on, sit down and I'll process your paperwork and everything. And once that's all processed, he goes, ooh, you know what? We don't have that blue BMW for you. But what we do have is a brand new blue Lexus. The only problem is it costs a little bit more. So since we already have your money, why don't you just give us the extra and then we'll call it a day. Yeah, a lot of you are probably saying, Archfiend, that's the dumbest correlation that you could possibly make. One is some stupid little food that clogs your arteries, and the other is an automobile that you drive back and forth for your leisure or to get back and forth to work. No, I would argue that both are very similar in that both are commodities. One is a food commodity, one is a transportation commodity. Both provide a purpose in life. You need food to sustain life. You need a car to sustain your job or sustain your leisure activities or whatever. So the buyer-seller relationship should be the same here. Now, if you were at that car dealership and a car dealer tried to pull that on you, would you put up with that shit? I don't think you would. And if the car dealership said, I'm sorry, I kind of processed the paperwork, there's a no refund policy, no. You'd probably be saying, excuse me while I call the police and have your ass arrested. And guess what? The police probably would arrest the people at the car dealership on your behalf. So, why doesn't this rule apply to McDonald's? Well, it's basically that society sees this as, like I said before, as petty. It's something that was, just over maybe $1 or $2 at the most. I don't know really what they were offering her. And in case you guys haven't read the story or seen it, let me just read a quick little thing that I found online. Blah, blah, blah. There's a reason why this woman is wearing a serious grimace on her face. She was just arrested over a box of Chicken McNuggets. Here's how it all went down. Latreasa Goodman claims she ordered and paid for a box of some delicious McNuggets at a Mickey D's in Florida over the weekend. When suddenly the unthinkable happened. She was told there was no more McNuggets to be had. When an employee told her that it's against store policy to give refunds, Latreasa called 911 3 times in a row. So anyways, just blah, blah, blah. The rest is her talking to the cops, and then the cops ended up giving her, where is it? Yeah, there's the rub. Even though the cops cited her for misuse of 911, so the cops ended up giving her a citation. And notice how, like, snarky this article is. Like, oh, man, she's just such a disgruntled person, a patron in that restaurant. The unthinkable has happened, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? Maybe she busts her ass hard for her money, and she wants what she pays for. Maybe one of her biggest joys in life is having a meal from McDonald's at the end of the day. I mean, that's not my idea of a good time, but maybe it is to her. Maybe $1 means a lot more to her than it does to you or I. Why? You know, I don't know. I'm just getting kind of pissed that this lady is getting just flagrantly just looked at as a complete joke and idiot. Because the people that are jokes and idiots are the people that worked at that McDonald's. How management could not have resolved this before it got to the point that this lady had to call 911 3 times in a row is just beyond me. As I say in many of my videos, this just blows my mind. Like, seriously, couldn't management have just said, you know what, okay, yeah, it is our bad. We rang you up for a product that we didn't have. We're going to just imagine this then. We're going to do the earth-shattering thing of just refunding you the difference. And she even said at one point, she just wanted the refund, and then she would have just went on her way, and it would have been all said and done. How could management not have done that? I know there's a strict no refund policy, but you sold her something you didn't have. And this lady is being made to look like the fool in this situation. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, yeah, oh, Archie, you're just completely biased against McDonald's. And I'll admit I probably am. I hate McDonald's. I've said even before that if I was dying to take a piss and there was 10 McDonald's in the row, I would walk down till my bladder potentially exploded before I had to stop and take a piss in a McDonald's because I hate that organization so much. But that's a whole different story and a different rant. So yeah, this lady, I don't know. I'm one of the few people I think that is actually starting to feel bad for how much publicity this is getting. And McDonald's had to actually physically send out an apology today. They apologized for charging her for the wrong item and recommending that she gets something else in the higher price bracket on the menu. That is basically McDonald's way of saying, you know what? Our policy messed up. Our bad. And they actually invited her to come back, which is the biggest PC move, just so they could get some press there and show her that, yeah, you know what, even though this lady was disgruntled as shit, she still came back to us because, you know what, McDonald's is the bomb. You know what, screw you, McDonald's. You're not the bomb. You suck. Your management sucks. Your entire premise sucks. This lady, oh my God, I cannot believe how much crap this lady is getting. Because like I said, people, if you apply this principle to any other bought commodity, you would probably lose your mind more than this lady did. You might call 911 5 or 6 times, let alone 3. But like I said, we're all making fun of it because it's just over some stupid little food. It's just over something that was $1 or $2. You know what? Principles are principles in life. And if people don't stand firm on them, that's when people start getting stepped on over little shit. And when little shit starts getting stepped on, that opens the can of worms for everything bigger to get stepped on. You know what, Latreasa? I got your back. Even though you have shit grammar skills from that 911 phone call that I heard, I still got your back. McDonald's, you're wrong on this one. You were wrong on this one. Latreasa, yeah, you did probably go over the top, but you know what? What else was she to do? What else was she to do? McDonald's and the management flat out said, no, you're not getting your money back. All you can do is buy something that costs more off the menu. Here, try this item. They even recommended, like it says here, something, blah, 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 and killing the flow of the video, offers some other item, Latreasa begged for, and the item, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, they offered her something else off the menu, some other McDonald's sandwich of some shit. Yeah, Latreasa, I'm starting to feel for you, and I hope the courts really throw out. I hope she fights this citation that she got for misuse of 911. Granted, yes, 911 should really be reserved for more deeper emergencies, but I ask you again, what was she to do in this situation? You may see it as overreacting, but like I said, maybe a dollar means a lot more to her, and maybe she was just trampled on by this place maybe more than once, and she just snapped in this one instance. I don't know. What would you? How would you people act in this situation? Like seriously, how would you act in this situation? And then how would you act in a different situation? Because like I said, a commodity is a commodity, and the rules of buyer-seller relationship should correlate across the board. But however, this lady's getting joked at because she got this shunned by society because she bought McNuggets and wasn't happy because McDonald's didn't have McNuggets. I don't know, people. Maybe I'm going insane, and maybe I'll get laughed at now. But anyways, you want to get a laugh? Check out my website. It's rather humorous. But yeah. Anyways, people. I don't know. Drop your thoughts here. I'm curious. I'm curious as to what people think here, and I'm curious as to if what I said actually changed anyone's mind, because I know for a fact I'm one of the few people that's actually feeling sorry for Mrs. Goodman here, and I think it's just so ironic. Her name is actually Goodman. Anyways, people. That's all I have to say about this. Have a good night.